what the Autobots are about to lose. We also have Vector Prime, who tries to go in between and get them so that they can escape once again. But then Drift notices Logos Prime coming in close for the kill and gets in between him and gets battle damage. And the wound is fatal. Vector Prime, not knowing this, is surprised. And that's when we have Time Stopper, who pauses the time and goes in between both of them and tells them that if they do not do nothing now, their battle will lose. So Vector Prime agrees, and he teleports Drift and himself back to safety and asks Drift where he can go. And Drift knows what time exactly, to the point where he was treated kindly by a stranger. So they go back in time to the time where he met Springer. In a nice planet that is similar to Earth, where it was very peaceful. One of the planets with a different universe. So these guys are disappearing. So we have only Drift, Time Stopper, and Vector Prime trying to see what they can do. And as we have Time Stopper admiring the scenery, and Vector Prime still confused why Drift chose this area, Springer sees them and remembers Deadlock, who will soon be called Drift. Because Time Stopper knows, and so does Vector Prime knows, that Deadlock will become Drift. Deadlock's always confused about the name Drift and wonders what that means. So Deadlock stumbles into Springer's present and asks for his aid to help him because he is badly damaged. Oops. So we have Springer calling on his buddies from the Circle of Light. So Circle of Light, we have Axe. Axe comes into play. And we have Wing, and Wing is carrying the legendary Great Sword. And Springer asks what he can do to be of assistance. So we have Springer here, confused, but always willing to help anybody in need. Although his past experience makes him become a very mercenary in a group called the Wreckers. So he calls his buddy Ratchet to help him out. So Ratchet goes and does what he can do. Alongside the Wreckers is Blur, Blur, and Broadside are here wondering what is going on. So then we have Deadlock going through a transformation. And undergoes a reformat, a new body, new way of seeing things. With Ratchet being the one to help him out. So now we have a rebuilt Deadlock. But we'll go under the name Drift. So Drift here becomes one of the Autobots. Yet a lot of the Autobots in the group still does not believe that he can change so easily. But we have Wing, who believes in him and feels that the sword is attracted to him somehow, and the sword, the great legendary sword, is powered by the aura of the bearer. So now we have Drift, who has gone through a transformation to becoming one of the Autobots. So while all this is happening, they don't notice that the Decepticons are still dead on their tracks. Because Time Stopper tells them that balance is neither good or bad, but only sees things as equal. So with that in mind, these guys prepare for the worst. And just as they knew it, you would have these guys come in and be teleported to their time so that Logos Prime can destroy Vector Prime. So now we have Drift and his friends behind him, ready to fight whoever else may come. So we have these guys. And now they are prepared. And then all of a sudden, they thought Logos Prime would come, but instead Tarn flies in along with his group, who eventually becomes the DJD, Decepticon Justice Division, along with his buddies, and tells him that all they really want is Drift. But they do not want to give him up so easily. So then we have Logos Prime come into play and he sees them, and he wants to battle and destroy whatever is coming. And so does Nova Prime, before, who is now Nemesis, comes in the middle, and they battle it out all the way, and Leech Maximo in the back. As we have these guys, we have a clash with Tidal Wave against Broadside. These Titans battle it out, and as they go, the damage from these two seems to be easily evened out. So we have Megatron coming in, and Vector Prime and Balance comes in, who also has the power to teleport. He brings in Optimus Prime. So now we have chaos and a battle that is never ending. So as this happens, we see Hot Rod coming in the back along with the Wreckers. One by one, these guys go down, and we have Drift, who cuts the wings off of Nemesis, and Nemesis drops the dead Matrix. Nemesis is almost dead, very fatally wounded, and then we have Leech Maximo picking up the Matrix, and then Hot Rod goes in between real fast and takes the artifact, the Enigma combination. The Leech Maximo does not care. He puts the Dead Matrix into him. As he changes, he feels the power. So then he goes and retreats. He sees all this battle going on, and he knows Starscream is a coward, and sees him in the back, in the sideline, trying to avoid. And as all this is going on, too much stuff is going on. One by one they are falling, until Balance also brings out Elita 1, who brings with her Windblade. And Windblade sees the Enigma from Hot Rod and takes it right away, and says that she will use it for better use. Optimus, not knowing what is going on with all of the confusion, feels as if everything will be disrupted, and Optimus and Megatron falls because they fail to get along, and Optimus drops the Matrix because Optimus feels like he is about to die with Ratchet, and Hot Rod picks it up and he carries the Matrix for him. He feels as though that he can make a difference. So Optimus now is on the sideline, and Megatron is badly injured, so Leech Maximo takes him. And then we have Tarn and his buddies still going at it, attacking the Wreckers. But after all this, Elita 1